Today, a variety of MBTs known as main battle tanks will go against a swarm of back-in-time World War II Shermans and T-34s, a video most voted upon our subscribers on Discord. Will a few of our participants on the MBT side be able to withstand the wave of what history had to offer? Or can MBTs take the heat? Today, we find out. Three rounds will be done, where in our first one our participant goes against 12, rules being the MBT has to defend spawn while the World War II tanks try to take over. Then in round 2 and 3 we add more M4 variants and T-34 variants, and the amount of MBTs will depend on how the previous rounds go. We've done previous matches where an Abrams has gone against Shermans and Tiger 1 tanks, but this time we see how an array of MBTs from different countries perform based on our participants' choosing. Let's see how round 1 turns out. World War II team spreading out, trying to take the T-80 BVM from different angles, while our MBT player starts to look for his position of safety before his enemies close in. Looking like he may have found his spot, this dirt wall could provide some good cover while he pays attention off to his right, but we'll have to be very cautious of enemies that may come up from behind. Starting to use his binoculars, it can be difficult to see where the opponents might be coming from, as this map has many hills and lower trench paths to help the M4 and T-34s potentially sneak up on him. And the World War II team getting the first shot off, the MBT player realizes they might have approached faster than he thought. Artillery starting to be dropped on our MBT participant could potentially make it be very difficult to hear if other tanks are getting close. Two tanks down with 10 more to go. The T-80 has to shoot multiple times at times as these APF SDS rounds go so well right through, turning it into a no armor is best armor comparison to its modern gun. To get an idea of where the shot came from, I forgot to mention, as part of the rules the subscribers had voted on, is that the MBTs couldn't use thermals, ATGMs, or laser rangefinders, making this a battle of only old school tactics against each other to see how well they could still do. Five down, Saul Goodman Russ is doing a great job so far holding his ground, but how well can he do with all of them on his position? One shot on its barrel and this could bring our MBT player down. Getting his track taken out, this could be the end of the T-80 BVM. Doesn't have great gun depression, potentially making him very vulnerable if enemies come up on his rear. He has to get his track repaired and fast before they can close in even more. M4 keeping him distracted, the engine sounds of the others can be heard all around him, putting the pressure on, a move that must be taken soon. Using a dead tank as cover to protect himself from the left is a smart move, but I'm not sure what this T-34 was aiming at. And getting his breach knocked out. Starting to get hit from all sides, our MBT player retreats, trying to use his ESS system to escape, but is limited to staying within range of his spawn, which this area was a gray area, but let's see how well he can still do. 34-second repair time in War Thunder is incredibly short compared to the real-life amount of time this repair would take in real life, but still may not be enough to help him get back to full function order before his enemies catch up. With 2 left to go, where could the last 2 be? Getting his barrel knocked out, this could be over. What an amazing game with 10 down and 2 left to go. Both sides did a great job in what they could do. We now go into round 2 where our participants thought 4 MBTs versus 45 Sherman and T-34 variants could be a good comparison. We now move to Poland to see how a few can do against many more. On the MBT side, our participants chose a Leopard 2, a T-72 M2, a Leopard A1A1, and a T-80 BVM once more. World War II team utilizing the same tactic of spreading out and taking their opponents from all sides of the map to try and surround them as the MBT team places itself on a hill potentially exposed to the variety of directions the M4s and T-34s could shoot from. From my spectator view mode, you can just see the outnumbering odds our MBT team is up against. So the engagement begins, with the first being an M4 taken out. War Thunder's replay system with aiming being a little wobbly at times as World War II tanks race bravely towards their enemies. MBT team not using their rangefinders as instructed, their round velocity is so great that aiming still doesn't seem to be much of a challenge for the more modern tank team. And what a shot, with damaging the T-34's breech, but incredibly not killing the crew member right behind it, where the round was directly aiming at. Amazingly, the World War II team being able to take out some of the MBT's barrels at far range, giving them the greater chance to advance even more while the MBT team tries to repair. And the chaos of what's happening in so many rounds these main battle tanks are taking is just incredible, while watching even some of their parts fly off. How much more will they be able to take? Two MBTs down and still 32 Sherman and T-34s to go. Both sides still have a good chance of pulling a victory for themselves in this round. Another barrel down, while a Leopard tries to hide in its smoke while their opponents all begin to push to overwhelm the modern team. T-80 abandons his teammate to run for further cover, putting his friend in a spot of not likely being able to survive this. Being taken as the Leopard is able to fix his track, but gets stopped again from the swarm approaching. T-80 able to find another hill not too far away, but the hill is going to give him a very difficult time, being he doesn't have much gun depression. Left to go, with still 24 World War II tanks to go. This is going to be very hard for our last modern tank contestant, but let's see how well he can do. And trying to reverse while shooting to help get his barrel down doesn't seem to work well for him, as time is running out. You look at the mini-map in the bottom right-hand corner, you can just see how many are surrounding his position. Making a run for it to try and find further cover. Can he escape using his smoke? Getting his barrel knocked out with about 20 tanks still left to go isn't looking very good. And wow, I would have thought the score would have been much closer, but the Shermans and T-34s really dominated in this round. We now add other MBT players, totaling 8, as they go up against about 56 in this final round. Let's see what this last round brings us. One MBT decides to go off solo on the right side of the map as the rest begin to push off to the left. The tanks our participants decided on was the Challenger 2 TES, XM1 GM, T-72 M2, Leopard 2, Leopard 2 AV, and 2 T-80 BVMs. Incredible seeing a round with about 550 millimeters of pen still be able to bounce off what the World War II tanks have to offer for armor. Participant mixing it up a bit and breaking the stay at spawn rule as he decides to drive closer towards where the swarm is pushing from. Shermans and T-34s not advancing as much as previous rounds, but some still try and race to get to effective positions as they can. About 4 minutes into the battle and 0 down on the MBT side, while the World War II side has lost about 17. The first MBT down from a T-34 from one that was able to push and get to a flanking position. Great shot. While others begin to pop up a lot closer to the MBT team than they were expecting. Another player deciding to push further up and away from his team. Could this leave him and the other to be too alone if they get in trouble? Ooh, and a great area to focus on. M shot from the T-34 on the T-80, leaving his barrel to be knocked out and all alone. Close in as this is looking hopeless for the T-80. Getting knocked out, the MBT team is down 2 while there's still 36 more tanks to go. With 3 taken out and 5 left, how will these last main battle tanks do? to 0 MBTs left and still 13 alive. This was a great battle. Some footage was missed due to a major update causing the replays to no longer work, but hope you all enjoyed this vid and thank you for all those that helped. This is the Muffin here. You all stay cool and keep tanking.